Looking at a pair of Haix Protector Forest boots that have just been resoled. The point of this exercise is just to have a look and see if you actually need a full 360-degree rubber rand. So a rubber rand is these rubber protective parts that adhere onto the boot, and a 360-degree rubber rand runs all the way around the boot and tends to increase the price of the boot a bit. So do you actually need that 360-degree rubber rand? So this has been resoled. It's had a lot of abuse. You can actually see here where it's had a lot of abrasion as well. It's actually worn through some sewing here and here. So this has had a lot of abrasion, but the leather is still good. So no, you do not need 360-degree rubber rand. This proves my point. This leather is still good. It's only the sewing here that is an issue. So in arborist boots, you do not want sewing all over the show. You want minimal amount of sewing. This is why this Haix design is very good. It has minimal amount of sewing. I'm afraid you cannot get away from stitching. You have to have some, but this is as small amount as you can possibly ever get on a boot. It just runs around here, and that is it. Now, in order to protect that sewing, you can actually apply shoe goo. When you first get a tube of shoe goo, it will just run straight out of the tube and go like that. Later, when it gets older, you have to help it a bit, perhaps with your finger or with a knife, and just smear it on. But this has just been put on about an hour and a half ago, and sort of, it's a warm day today, and it's as hard as, and that is proven to protect the sewing. And it's only these little places here that you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about all that. That's fully protected. It's just the exposed areas there. Now first you want to just use a bit of white spirits or some meths. Meths is probably better, just with a cloth, and clean off any grease. In this case, this looks dry anyway. You can visually see that there's no grease on here, and this just seeps straight in. So I don't actually really need to do it. But it's only if you've got, a lot of shoe wax or that sort of thing, or grease on your boot. That looks a bit messy. I didn't do a great job of it, but it'll do the job. So just put it over the sewing and you're done. And if you do need to do any sewing, like they have to open this bit up here, and then they reach in there with their machine and do it all with a sewing machine, and it costs about $70 a boot to do that, because sewing machines are apparently not cheap. So shoe goo and reduce sewing. No need to spend money on a rand. This proves the point. And we've been doing this for 16 years now. This is the same story all the time. It's only if you're really in stuff that's really sharp, like alpine sort of schist and that sort of stuff, or quartz, where it's really sharp, that might go through leather, and that's why they have 360-degree rands for that sort of stuff.